Hello everybody, another episode of taking a hike, walking with the HBJ. We're going to see where the fuck this takes us. We're somewhere south of Kankakee. There's a sign up there, Dollar General, Circle K, Hexy's. We'll find out. There's a like a little clubhouse area, but we'll find out where we're actually at. Maybe during the hike they don't have one of those big boards. They do have boards. Here we go. Maybe this will tell us. Kankakee River Valley Forest Preserve District. There we go. So they got a pavilion here. To start out, I see, looks like what's sports fields in the background. Looks like a bunch of little fucking signs that'll tell us all about this shit. Hopefully the trails are good enough to take a hike on for a while. Little bench. I don't know why it's so close to the beginning. Breeding range, year-round range, and wintering range for that type of bird. The cedar waxwings. Kinda looks like a motherfucking St. Louis Cardinal to me. And yes, I'm calling it the St. Louis Cardinal as I hold that. Pop my, as you see, BRC. Starting to love drinking these motherfuckers again. Autumn Purple Ash in memory of Martha L. Hegelson. Whatever, I think that's the tree. Little bird flying by. Little picnic bench. Let's see. Hey, Jim, ride like the wind and fly with the dove. It's time to begin your new life above. 1951 to 2008. Rest in peace, Jim. White pine, Pinus strobes in memory of Jim Legg. It doesn't give years, but this is planted in memory of Jim. Let's see what kind of bird this one is. The American robin. So what I'm pulling from all this is bird feeder. At this walkabout here, it's full of birds, which will be cool as fuck. And there's a chance of rain, and today we're not going to shy away from it. If it rains, we're just going to walk right through it. This one's the American goldfinch. So year-round range, it seems like it's all around here. Goes to Canada to breed, I guess, and then they come back down. Let's see what we see today. Oh, it looks like maybe that's a pool. We'll maybe take a walk over by the pool and then we'll come back this way. It doesn't look like anything's open. Red-tailed hawk. This is something I've noticed that there's a lot of around the area I live in. All the especially the further south you get, are a lot of hawks and eagles and shit like that. House sparrows eat seeds and grains. Well, this is going to tell me about all the birds till we get to the baseball fields, and then we'll flip a bitch and we'll turn back around. Today we'll see if we're going to bitch about anything. We might just enjoy being outside, but you never know. Ooh, here we go. The great horned owl. Now that's something I would like to see. So now I'm going from fucking hiking. It looks like another bird feeder. Nah, it's not a pool. It's just baseball fields. I'm not going to go all the way around. We'll go to the baseball fields. There's signs that go all the way around, but we'll stop by the one dugout and turn around and go on the trail. This one's called a blue canary Man, if we have a chance to see some of these motherfuckers, this is gonna be a great pick. Randomly, I opened up the Forest Preserve District book and I got these. Here we go. The St. Louis fucking Cardinal. Atta fucking boy. Oh, that one looks pretty cool too. Maybe it's an albino cardinal. Seeing these young kid baseball fields gives me great memories of growing up playing at Justice Willow Springs with all the boys and guys like Danny Hamer and the Baltimore Oriole. I didn't know we had Baltimore Orioles down here in Chicago. Jimmy Grabner, Ken Needley, Mike Rojas. We had some fucking pretty goddamn good teams. It doesn't look like they really keep these fields up that good. At least this one anyway. Looks like shit. Actually, we could take this all the way back around to the main building, and then we'll go back and start our walk. This is an eastern bluebird. A little tired today. Hopefully that TRT comes soon. Get his little kickstart. Another memorial. Let's see who this is for. In memory of Paul Tolley, Administrator, Kankakee River Forest Preserve District, 1989 to 2008. Hopefully that's not the years he lived, and that's just the years he was administrator. Another blue jay. That's a very good looking bird. And the bird that Mr. Leahy cooked for Randy. Got him an old blue jay burger. Let's see what we got here. Here it is. The Shannon Bayou Environmental Education Center. That's what it's called, the Shannon Bayou Environmental. This is, so there's got to be a UR here. Here's the baseball fields. They don't look that nice. I think this is the UR here. Yes, because here's the building. So it's not that big of a trail. I mean, maybe if you kind of go the white trail. That's what I think we're going to do on the Kankakee River. Because I think the way it went, we're going to try and figure this out. Because I don't know. That's the Forest Preserve District property. If we can figure out how to get to this trail and go out to the river, that'd be cool as shit. Demonstration Prairie Butterfly Garden. That's where we're at, the Butterfly Garden. I don't see any butterflies. But this is the parking lot. We came up this way and walked this way. I think if we come this way, we go straight out to where it jots out and goes straight across the field. See if there's an actual path. Now, if there is, we're going to take it to the river, see what kind of mischief we can get in on the river. And now here we go. This is the kind of thing that makes me wanna hike. Bald fucking eagle, baby. Actually, this will be good because I can finish my BRC, go to the car, throw a quick pause, wash the mouth out even though I'm switching the trays today, get another drink, and continue the voyage. See where and how long today takes us. This looks cool so far. There's parking spots over here. Kankakee River Valley Forest Preserve District, in memory of Kenneth W. Allers, Commissioner and President from 91 to 2019, a visionary with appreciation for preservation. Got that. That's a nice granite seat. Let's see what we got. Is it open? No. Let's take a look inside. Looks like just a bunch of offices. Let's take a look in here. A little basketball and a keychain. Looks like just a regular office. And then they got the curtains drawn here so we can't see inside. This ain't bad. I mean, spiders galore. Boom, boom. But this is something you would expect out in a place like this. A little bird nest in here. Let's go back to the car, throw a pause on it, swish the mouth, grab a tea, and get on with it. Authorized vehicles only. Okay. I don't know. I definitely know that because my camera sucks and I can't zoom and my camera's broken on the back, I can personally look up and see right now what could be described as an eagle or a hawk. I'm guessing a hawk. And from what I've learned of their behavior, when they see something, they're kind of hunting way the fuck up high in the air. What they'll do is they'll just circle and circle and circle until they could get a gauge on it, and then they'll go after it. Sunrise to sunset, no hunting, no alcohol, no camping, no fires, no motor vehicles, and pets must be on a leash. Pretty standard fucking sign for a forest preserve district. Clouds do look cloudy, so we'll see what we can get out of this. Let's go to the other side so we can swish and grab our tea. Maybe I won't fucking pause. I'll just set you up on the car here. I did remember to bring my knife this time because, like I said before, you never know. Okay, swished out the mouth, locked it up. Sad to see you got liquor bottles, but it's not surprising being that I know when I was younger, we used to kind of go to forest preserve districts sometimes to go drinking. I remember when we were younger, there was Boone's Farm was pretty big. Strawberry Hill. There was something, it was like a flavored beer that we couldn't get enough of until it made you sick. It wasn't bad, but it was carbonated. I'm trying to see what that is. It's a statue of somebody sitting down, an angel, so I'm guessing that's somebody who passed away. But if I remember correctly, it was called St. Ides. They had different flavors. Double check and make sure I lock the doors because mine is the only car in the lot, and I want to make sure. Makes it a pretty decent target. If it's the only one here, somebody could come and fuck with it. I'm going to take that chance though, because I love nature and I love the forest. I love being outside and I love trying new places and new things. And being outside in the summertime, in the fall, in the spring, ain't nothing better, baby. Okay. So yeah, Boone's Farm was a big one. So was St. Ides. I remember, I want to say, I can't remember how old I was, but I know I was young. I went to a graduation party. Not going to say at whose house, even though I'm 44 now, and you know, it is what it is. But we're all having a good time. And somebody, let's see who this is another memorial. Cat Alpa Spicosa, in memory of John and Vivian Grams. Another tree. This must be like a pretty big place for people who've passed away, for like people who've liked to hike and take walks. There's a bird right there. Nice little birdie. Nice little open area. Hang out. I'm guessing there that looks like a gravestone. We'll check that out. No, it's another memorial. I saw it from the side, but the memorial's ripped off of it. Another tree. That's sad. But this jots out, so let's check it out. Does this, folks, take us to the Kankakee River? About to find out. But that being said, yeah. So I was young and dumb. I would drink anything anybody gave me because it's just who I was for a lot of years. Don't know if I was in high school yet. If I was, it was quite early on. I am seeing a decent amount of birds. This might be where it ends. This might be that jot out that ends here. We'll have to go back and I'm definitely not going to play this game, especially with all the thickness. Fuck it. If I start getting eaten by bugs, we'll come back. As long as I can get through this and it looks like there's a fucking trail. But I'm not going to go anything that's going to be rubbing on my legs. I have a feeling this takes us to the river, but that's not something I'm willing to go through at the moment. If the other trail takes us there, we'll go that way. But we're not playing that game right now. Too much overgrowth and vegetation. This might be a place we rediscover when it's cooler out and the overgrowth isn't as bad. But yeah, so it was a graduation party. I'm not sure who it was for. I have an idea, but again, if I say who I think it was for, that'll give away whose house I was at. It wasn't that person, but it was a relative. So there was somebody at the party who, up to this point in life, pause the story, got my CT Fletcher on today, reminding me it's still your motherfucking set. Get your ass out there and take a walk. Even though you ain't got your TRT, it's still your fucking set. It's my set. Let's go. That might have been our only chance to get to the river unless we have to drive around. I ain't doing that today. This might be a real short walk. But yeah, so back to the graduation party. And there's the reason to this day I can't, don't, and won't drink anything licorice flavored, including Jägermeister. So we, this guy, who will also remain nameless, had a bottle of Zambuca. Never had Zambuca. And to make matters worse, that's a cool looking flower, a little purple going. But to make matters worse, the fella lit the shot on fire. Now, far be it from me to turn down the challenge. We lit that motherfucker and drank it. Here we go. Here's another entrance. We got another park bench, another dedication in memory of Eric Dominic. Nice tree for Eric. And I don't know if somehow souls could be attached to things like that, being that they may be buried somewhere else. But when you dedicate shit like that, you just never know. Looks like I'm getting jotted out into a neighborhood, which I have to flip that bitch. Yep, out into a neighborhood. That's a cool looking house, but definitely not a Kankakee River. Probably be behind those houses, which again, I have to take that route another time when all the other overgrowth is not as much. But back to the story. Quick finish. I did it. Thought it was super badass that you can drink something on fire, not realizing that it could stay on fire and burn the fuck out of your throat. Shit like that. Fast forward to a couple minutes later. Another birdhouse. You could hear the birds out here. You just can't see too many of them. It'd be cool if we saw that fucking owl or the American eagle. But yeah, I think the overgrowth area is the one shot we had at the river. Maybe I'll GPS Kankakee River and do a part 2. I feel wet. Maybe it's going to start raining. Who knows? We'll walk through the rain, though, at least back to the car. It's not that far of a walk. But wrapping up the story. So it turned into, we went shot for shot without stopping. Poured, lit, shot. Poured, lit, shot. Non-stop until that fucking bottle was gone. Halfway through, I blacked out, don't remember anything. And there's another dedication tree and signs off, but that's a fairly new tree. Interesting, the dedication's already torn off. A couple more dedications. We'll check these out, but needless to say, I was sick as a motherfucker, passed out face first on another friend of mine's driveway. Autumn Blazed Maple, Acer Fremani, dedicated to Melvin Schnell. Wonder if it's any relation to a friend of mine with the same last name. Nice little thing. Again, this kind of thing makes me wonder. Melvin and Betty Schnell. Yeah, for Melvin and Betty, rest in peace to the both of you. Autumn Purple Ash, Phoenix Americana, dedicated in memory to Darlene Sopko. Rest in peace, Darlene. This is an interesting park with a lot of dedications. Swamp, White Oak, Quercus Byler. Okay, back to the story. That's why there's bugs all over me now. So I just walked through some grass. It looks like it was freshly cut. And I don't know what happened. I must have hit something. I'll try and splice those two together, even though it's a short video to begin with. But yeah, needless to say, I ended up passing out face first on a buddy of mine's driveway. I think I woke up face first on his porch. And no, I woke up in a chair on his driveway. No, because I knew I was face down on the porch or on the driveway. I woke up, scrambled to get a chair that I saw by his porch, put the chair on the driveway, sat there, passed the fuck out. And as far as I can remember, that was my first actual hangover and my first introduction to, you probably shouldn't drink that much of hard alcohol in a night, and for the rest of your life you're not going to like anything that tastes like that. There's 5 dedications here for trees and people. 6. I'm not going to go in there. 3, 4, 5, yeah, 6. I'm not going to go in there and do every single one. Just going to go back to the car, see how close we are to the Kankakee River. If we're close enough, take a quick ride, and check it out if there's an entrance. If not, we'll just end the video. But yeah, it's my first introduction to, hey, stupid, you probably shouldn't do that. And excuse me, that ended up being a nickname for anybody who was doing anything stupid. My friend Bobby, rest in peace, I love you, would say it whenever he'd call you out. Didn't give a shit what you were doing, who you were. Could be his brother, could be his best friend, could be some fucking stranger he's never met. Hey, stupid. Just like that. So, we're back at the gazebo. It's a short trail. There was really no recon to be done about this. I looked for pictures, there wasn't any pictures. But that being said, it wasn't a total bust, especially if we can get to Kankakee River somewhere, because according to that map, it's got to be close, and there's got to be an entrance there somewhere. So we'll check it out. If not, we'll call this the end of the video. If so, we'll be back. For now, it's the HBJ out.